I would like to recognize Ranking Member Correa for 5 minutes for any questions he may have.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Fetterman, you oversee the Command and Emergency Planning Division of the largest fire agency in Orange County. Nearly 2 million residents across 78 fire stations. You have a lot of experience with search and rescue and planning missions. How do emerging technologies like drone technology help keep Orange County residents safe?
Ranking Member Correa, thank you for the question. I appreciate the opportunity to answer it. Orange County Fire is fortunate under the leadership of Fire Chief Brian Fennessy to lean fairly into emerging technology. We see it as an important aspect at being meeting the threats that we face. We utilize every opportunity to engage in emerging technology, such as AI cameras for fire detection. And as you pointed out, we utilize a significant fleet of drones. We utilize them on the fire line to determine and look for hot spots, especially outside of the line. Those are areas of the fire that you might not be able to see from the ground, but using the aerial observation and gaining that situational awareness, you can find spots that could turn into a significant fire later, especially if there are spots in between the fire line and...
So identifying those spots before they flare up save countless lives, millions, if not billions of dollars in damage. You mentioned 150 structures recently burned in Orange County. Boy, when those fires go, they really go quickly. Technology, emerging technology, private sector, public sector. Recently, Elon Musk attempted to fire 400 employees at DHS. Some of those employees were at the Department of Science and Technology Directorate, which is really in charge of R&D, figuring out better ways, keeping Americans safe. They were developing, testing, and evaluating tools to help firefighters navigate in dark, smoke-filled buildings, how to rescue trapped civilians, communicate with firefighters, first responders. Can you speak to the importance of making sure that kind of research and development is developed as quickly as possible?
Yeah, so certainly I would say that the DHS Science and Technology is a critical aspect. We utilize that technology. We're leaning into firefighter tracking and identifying where our personnel are, and that's not an easy task. We have to leverage all available technology to do that. So emerging technology and even the bigger support of FEMA programs like the National Fire Academy and the U.S. Fire Administration, those are all critical to the fire service. Those are the backbones of our leadership programs and our ability to educate and teach our new and upcoming fire service leaders.
Mr. Fetterman, we're talking about the affirmative use of drones. What about the defensive side in emerging technologies? You just talked about what I would consider a knucklehead, a drone flying in an active emergency situation. I'd say these people have no common sense. I don't care how criminal you make it, they're gonna do dumb things. So I would imagine the emerging technologies that we can come up with to clear the field, so to speak, so you can do work is also an important part of the emerging technology.
Yes, sir. So seeing the report of the number of drone incursions on the fires in LA was frankly shocking. To see that number of drone incursions into a fire traffic area, and what that is you're talking about multiple aircrafts, 30 helicopters, 6 to 8 fixed-wing air tankers, and so all operating to extinguish and mitigate the fire. And so when you have drone incursions in there, we and ideally this committee and Congress altogether needs to take swift action to mitigate those incursions into our fire traffic areas and specifically the TFRs. It's an incredibly dangerous situation.
Chief, in my last 35 seconds, we've established that drone technology, emerging technology, very important, very useful, also very dangerous. How can we in Congress help you do your job better?
Well, certainly the emerging technology is critically important to us, leaning into that, supporting legislation that protects the first responders, And as I mentioned, the National Fire Academy is our leadership backbone. That's where all of our leaders that bring that vision to engage in emerging technology come from. They're coming out of programs like the Executive Fire Officer Program, and certainly the support of all the grant programs, AFG, SAFER, SHISHGAP, UWASI. Those are the types of programs that help the first responders at the boots on the ground, boots in the dirt level to continue to evolve. So I'd encourage this group to continue to support those programs.
Chief Fetterman, thank you for joining us today and look forward to continue working with you. Thank you, sir. So Chairman, I'm out of time, but before I do turn over my time, I'd like to unanimous consent to insert into a record an article from the GHS Science and Tech Directorate dated November 6th of 23 titled Picturing the Future of Firefighters, which describes how science and technology serves a crucial role in R&D and testing technologies alongside the private sector to help our firefighters and other first responders to respond safely to emergencies and save lives.
Without objection.
Thank you.